जय श्री माता जी। आप सभी का आज के ऑनलाइन सामूहिक ध्यान में स्वागत है। We welcome all of you for today's online collective meditation. For those seekers who have joined us for the first time, we request you to place your hands on your laps towards Sri Mataji. And to experience your self-realization, please follow the instructions as guided by Sri Mataji in the upcoming video. जो साधक आज हमारे साथ पहली बार जुड़े हैं, उनसे विनती है कि वो अपने दोनों हाथ अपने गोद पर रखें और आत्म साक्षात्कार की अनुभूति के लिए आगे दिखाए जाने वाले श्री माता जी के वीडियो में जो इंस्ट्रक्शंस है उनको फॉलो करें। हम सभी परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और सामूहिक बंधन लेंगे। We'll all bow down to Shri Mataji and take collective bandhan. तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। सभी अपने नाड़ियों के संतुलन के लिए सबसे पहले अपने लेफ्ट हैंड को गोद पे रखेंगे और राइट हैंड को भूमि माता पर रखेंगे. To balance our energy channels, we'll first place our left hand on our lap and our right hand on Mother Earth. हम सभी प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करके आप हमारे पीड़ा नाड़ी को संतुलित कीजिए, निर्मल कीजिए. श्री माता जी, प्लीज बैलेंस our left channel. अब हम अपने दाएं हाथ को गोद पे रख लेंगे और बाएं हाथ को उठाकर आकाश तत्व की ओर रखेंगे. We will place our right hand on our lap and raise our left hand towards the sky. हम सभी प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी को संतुलित कीजिए, निर्मल कीजिए. श्री माता जी, प्लीज बैलेंस our right channel. अब हम अपने बाएं हाथ को गोद पे रख देंगे. We'll place our left hand on our lap. दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर रखते हुए अपने चित्त को अपने सिर के ऊपर तालू भाग पे रखते हुए श्री माता जी से प्रार्थना करेंगे, परम पूजनीय श्री माता जी, कृपा करके आप हमें निर्विचार ध्यान प्रदान कीजिए. Keeping both the hands towards Shri Mataji, we will take our attention and place it on the top of our head and pray, Shri Mataji, please bless us with thoughtless meditation. हम सभी इसी स्थिति में परम पूजनीय श्री माताजी की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे। We will watch Shree Mataji's video.
Sahaja means born. Is the right to get to your yoga. Yoga means the union with the divine, means Atma Sakshat. So everybody has a birthright to get to his yoga. That is your union with the divine. Alright?
So Sahaja Yoga means born with yoga.
Born with the right to have the yoga. Sahaja. Sahaja yoga means by which also Sahaja also it has
simple.
Simple. It is spontaneous. Spontaneous. Whatever is living is Sahaja. Our breathing is Sahaja. The flower gives the fruit Sahaja. The seed is sprouted Sahaja. All living processes are Sahaja. In this way, also it means a living process of yoga.
A living process of yoga.
The living forces. Living process of yoga through living forces within ourselves.
Is it some? I attended yesterday's evening yoga discourse. Is Sahaja Yoga means some of the mudras or hand gestures you told to raise the left hand up and right hand down, or to keep the palm as an ardent lamp you told yesterday?
This is not a mudra, but this is how you have to handle your sympathetic nervous system on both the sides. We have got sympathetic nervous system on left and right. And how to clear it out. How to clear out, just like electrical mechanism. How to clear out is that you put the light in front of your fingertips. Then what happens? That the light is the one which drives out all the jadatai in you, and then passes through here, comes to this side and goes to the mother earth. It's just a scientific, but science of the divine.
But if anyone suffers from mental anxiety or depression, if he does this thing to just to shutting the palm of the hand, just like
left hand. That's a left hand problem. Yes, left side problem.
Left side.
That is mental. All these kind so-called mental. English language is a funny one. You see, let it depend on Sanskrit. Whatever the problem of the manasa, mana ka problem jo hai, that problem is to be solved by left hand. And बुद्धि का और ईगो का अहंकार का जो प्रॉब्लम है और फिजिकल राइट साइड.
What are the connections of Sat Chakra? Because I saw a picture illustration of Sat Chakra there.
Yes. See, these are the subtle centers within ourselves. When the Kundalini rises through them, then she connects them, not only connects them, but also establishes the awakening of the deities on those chakras. And these are the deities which look after those different chakras.
So in Sahaja Yoga, we should try to stimulate our chakras by awakening the Kundalini?
Yes, that's what it is.
That's what it is. How long it will take to achieve that?
Some people take it no time. But you see, the city people are rather complicated. They take more time. So you cannot say how much time. But it is just, what happens is that you get it. That's all I can say.
Mataji, is Sahaja Yoga is connected with Patanjali Yoga?
Of course. Patanjali is the same. But Patanjali was practiced at a time when we had this Chaturashram, see, Vyavastha in our country, where we had brahmacharis staying in the ashrams. And so much so the brahmacharya was that the Gotra is nothing but the universities, and you could not marry in the Sagotra as you till today. So you can imagine how much was the brahmacharya in those days. And in those circumstances, they practiced yoga in the way that they selected some people, raised their kundalini, tried to clear their chakras one by one gradually, because it was a gradual process. But now, because the time is of a jet age, so we have to have a jet kundalini, and we have to give it to the masses. The time has come to give to the masses,
So
not for one institution.
So you need to modify it.
Yes, I have magnified it. You can say that it can be used by all the masses. Unless and until any discovery is used by the masses, it is of no use. But the time has come. This is the same blossom time, I call it. But as the Bible says, it's the last judgment. And also Quran says this is the resurrection time, Punarutthan. That your fingers and your toes and your hands will give witness about you. This is the time. All of them have said, this is the time.
But Sahaja Yoga then has the root connection of the Patanjali Yoga.
Of course, I mean, it's the ancient thing, no doubt. Patanjali used the same thing, but he used a gradual method, because that was a slow method, like us zamane mein bailgadi use karte the na. Now we are using motor cars, so that is three. But the time has come. This time has been predicted in a Nadi Granth. If you can get hold of Nadi Granth written by Bhrigu Muni, long time back, that such a time is going to come.
Here, asanas and pranayams are very popular. We do the postures, but in Sahaja Yoga, is there any place of doing the yoga postures?
No, we do
yoga
it, you see,
breathing?
whatever is needed. Here, you see, this is a very half-baked knowledge. And what happens that like any half-baked person will take all the medicines from the medicine box, like that they go on doing it without understanding whatever is suitable to a personality. Every personality is different. Moreover, when the Kundalini rises, you know at what chakra it is stopping. And that is the chakra you work out. Supposing now there's a chakra in the center heart, we call it. It is caught up. Then there is an asana you can do. Some people have to do Paschimottanasana if their Navi is caught up. But all these asanas are done according to the need of the chakras, which wherever is the Kundalini stopping. But the modern yoga is so funny that it is just, they do all kinds of things left and right without understanding what's the matter with them. It's very indiscreet and it causes problems. It can give heart attacks.
So all these, only those asanas are important which are connected.
No, we
with
use all the asanas, but which are related to some sort of a problem within us. Otherwise, we don't do any asana. Pranayama also is all right for certain type of people, but not for all. Those who have certain problems can do pranayama. But everybody does pranayama, they'll develop into big problems. They will never get realization also. It's very imbalanced.
So pranayama helps, but it is not the central point.
No, pranayama helps related to the chakras. If supposing your right heart is catching, then you have to do pranayama, but beside, it's a very complicated thing. It is to be adjusted. That's why they said it is to be done by an enlightened guru. Patanjali would not allow anybody who is not enlightened to do all these things. Here everybody is teaching everything, isn't it?
One thing I have noticed that everyone here, all devotees, they are always taking their palms upwards.
Yes, because this is the sympathetic nervous systems. You see, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, these are 7 chakras. And these 7 chakras get vibrations. This is the all-pervading power, you see, everywhere. And when they put their hands like this power starts flowing into them. In my presence especially, it works faster. So they want to feel it because it gives you energy, vitality. There are 3 powers in this one power. So they want to take this. Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati and Maheshwari, all the powers are flowing in this atmosphere. And they just want to take that.
Yesterday you strongly campaigned against alcoholism and cigarette smoking.
Did I? Normally I avoid, but that was the last day, so I said I better tell them.
It is very important. So, do you think that Sahaja Yoga also will help to eradicate the drug addiction?
Of course, it does. It takes away all your habits. Because you see, spirit cannot have any habits. It takes away every... Overnight, people have given up drugs in the West. Overnight.
So, did you start reaching Sahaja Yoga from London?
No, in India.
In which year?
Yes. That was in 1970. And then my husband got elected to this job. He got elected to this job of Secretary General of International Maritime Organization. He was chairman of Shipping Corporation. Then he became the Secretary General of International Maritime Organization. It's like, you see, there are 14 Secretary Generals in the UN. One of the agencies. Like WHO is one agency. This is one agency. So I went down there. That's how I was in England.
And then start.
Yeah, it's very difficult though with English. Horrible nuts.
They are very much involved with you, with your philosophy, with your teachings, with your ideas.
Oh, who are involved?
Yeah, we see, and there are so
I'm sorry what I'm saying about English. Yes, it's all right. They don't mind. They know that. They have themselves facing them. You see, every day they poor things have broken their hands. You see, doing this raising of the Kundalini. They themselves know. They don't mind what I say. They are no more English. Now they are international.
they are human beings.
They are human beings.
And is it important, Mataji, to be vegetarian for practicing?
No, not at all. The vegetarians are difficult also. They are go to another extremes also. You must have balance. You must have protein food in your body.
As the Gita said, the sattvic food.
Yes. No, sattvic is, I don't know what they mean by sattvic means. What we say that sattvic food is the one that is vibrating. Which is vibrating. Which is being given vibrations. That is for us sattvic food. Not this kind of sattvic food that if you eat only bhaji pala, then you are sattvic. No, they are never sattvic.
So whatever diet should be.
Whatever is the balancing. See, some people, like in England, I say you should become vegetarians. And in India, I say you better become non-vegetarian, especially Marwadis, because their ladies have such weak muscles, you know. They can't even walk after 50 years of age. So it's very, and they get all troubles of the muscles, they get the shaking of the muscles, the heart becomes very weak, they get anginas, all these troubles come because the muscles are so weak. So they must take protein diet, that's the main point. And the subtle point, you can say they must have more protein diet. But ज़्यादा ये खाते हैं ना एक आधी चीज़ घी वगैरह, that must be given up.
Tell me something about your hobby life.
My life? Now, what should I tell you? I slept at 4 o'clock last night.
I wanted to know something about that too.
What should I tell you?
When did you
Start
started to feel
1970. I started. Actually, I was born like this in a very enlightened family, I should say. My father was a very enlightened man, and he was member of the assembly, Central Assembly. He was the member of the Constituent Assembly, Parliament. My mother was a honors of mathematics, and my father was a scholar of Bangla language. Very much. From him I learned Bangla.
What's his name?
His name was Mr. P.A. Salve. We have a road in his name, we have got his statues.
Mr. P.L.
P.K.
P.K.
Salve. S-A-L-V-E. Actually, we come originally from Rajputana, and there's a dynasty called Shalivana. We are from that dynasty, Shalivahana. You might have heard the name of Shalivahana.
Shalivahan?
Shalivahan dynasty. They have also a calendar. Now, this dynasty ended up in Ahmednagar, near Ahmednagar. And then my father's mother shifted from there to Indore. And that's how we were, then they came down to Madhya Pradesh. And that's how I was born in Chhindwara in Madhya Pradesh. Because that's the central point, and is on the Tropic of Cancer. That's one, very few places are on. Mecca is also on Tropic of Cancer, and this Chhindwara is also on Tropic of Cancer. Cancer is the mother, you see. That's why I was to be born there, and in that place.
From which age you started practicing spiritual practices?
No, I was born like this only, and I never practiced anything. Because I was born like this, so what is there to practice?
No, when did you started to feel that you are...
From very childhood. From very childhood, I was born like that. I felt, as you know from your childhood, that you are a human being. I knew I was something else from my very childhood. Very conscious of it. Very aware of it.
And your parents were also...
Of course, my father was very much. Even my mother was.
Is there any prominent training center of Sahaja Yoga in Calcutta?
Problem, you better ask these people.
In Calcutta, can you speak on Saturday, 6:30? On Sunday, Sahari Park, non-Sahari Park.
Namaste, आइए.
8 to 9.
आइए यहाँ जगह दे.
Salt Lake. Who is your guru?
Huh?
Guru?
I have no guru. I am Ma. Ma doesn't have guru. Ma is the guru of the gurus. How can she have guru?
Mataji, can you give us some meditation, easy meditation techniques for our readers which they can practice by reading this article?
See, view my photograph, right? And
We have taken your
all right. So view my photograph. Ask them to put both the hands towards the photograph. They might, most of them, feel good breeze in the
They
hand.
should put their hands like this.
And say that, Mother, are you the Divine Mother? That's all. And they get the cool breeze in their hands, most of them. If they don't get it, they should try to write to these people, and they will tell them what is the problem with their photographs.
With the photographs, they will get from our magazine.
Yes, no, that's all right. But when they want to find out what's wrong with them, or if they are sick, supposing they are sick, जालान साहब के पास अपना फोटो, खुद का फोटो है.
His own photo.
Their own photo.
And how long they should practice this?
No, not necessarily. You see, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. Very simple it is. If they write to him, he will tell them what is to be done. So not much to be spent because you are in meditation all the time. You are in meditation, don't have to do meditation. You just do little cleansing like this, that's all.
I find today in this country, people are seeking and they don't know what they are seeking. It is a problem to them. They don't understand why are they so restless. Why can't they understand things? Why can't they sleep? All kinds of problems are there. While they should be at peace with themselves, but there's something going on within in the evolutionary process. In the evolution, we have reached up to the human awareness. But there is something beyond that. If so, it is a longing to know what it is, unknown as to the reason of it, as to the understanding of it. So today I am just going to explain to you why people are seeking. People think they are not complete, they are not whole. They think why We are dragged into so many things. For what purpose? For example, some people are going to different countries. Some are taking to drinking, some are taking to drugs. All these things are not convincing. And they think that we have to have something beyond in our awareness. Our awareness is not complete. Can be said that the nature itself is trying to work it out within us, that we have to evolve more to become complete. Also, it is that desire that is so strong that we start getting imbalanced, getting into troubles, and taking to things which are not good for our evolution. So we have to evolve. That is the point of this seeking, that people feel I am a seeker. But these things are not going to satisfy. Because you see, nobody has been satisfied by doing these things. So what is to be done? There's nothing to be done. You have to be silent about it and take to the method of Sahaja. Sahaja is a method by which our pure desire is fulfilled. Through a instrument, we can say, or the energy called as Kundalini, which is in the triangular bone. All the time it is there. All the human beings have this energy in the triangular bone. Now, this power is placed in the triangular bone in every human being, which is at the base of the spine, which is called as sacrum bone. That shows that people knew that it is a sacred bone in Greece, and they called it sacrum bone. The knowledge about Kundalini was known to many people before us, but now how to awaken it is possible to be understood through Sahaja. When this Kundalini rises, she passes through 6 centers. The 7th center guards the chastity of this Kundalini. And when she arises through these 6 centers, she enlightens them and integrates them, and then pierces through the 7th center, which we call as the last center of evolution. This center is placed in the area which was a soft bone on the top of your head when you were born. This center was closed during the growth of the child, and later on, when the Kundalini rises, she pierces through this center, emitting cool breeze out of your own head. Could be hot in the beginning, but later on it cools down. Also, it starts emitting cool vibrations from your hands and fingers. This is not yet complete. You have to practice raising of the Kundalini, establishing it permanently till you achieve a state of self-realization. The body is given birth by a body, but this is given by the spirit, and that's why it's called as a spiritual energy, because it works out your spiritual development. No use seeking here and there and going roundabout into places. Only you have to come to Sahaja. We don't charge any money for Sahaja Yoga. We don't have to waste any time. Without any compulsion, without any force, spontaneously this Kundalini rises and gives you self-realization. It may not give realization in the beginning to some people, but most of the people get it en masse. Thousands of people have got realization in one meeting. It's very surprising. The nature's work is completed in this year, in these years of turmoil and trouble. That human beings receive the gift of peace, of joy within themselves. It is very important that this is the time you have to get it. Because people are so disturbed by the surroundings they have, and they start questioning themselves, why am I on this earth? And then only this Kundalini works out. We have a complete subtle knowledge about ourselves. And you all can know that. Perfecting yourself with your own experience and understanding. You don't have to make any physical yoga or any mental yoga. It just works out spontaneously if you are a true seeker. So no use going here and there and spoiling your path of Kundalini.
Nani, can you just say that if they can feel this thing?
अच्छा
Just बस और उसके बाद
हाँ कर लेंगे कोई हर्ज नहीं. Now what do? You just put your hands towards me like this. It might work out even if I am not there. You can also use my photograph. But the best thing is to go to the collective and ask for realization. In the collective that you get, your realization is with a big force, and the piercing of Kundalini is very easy. In any case, try on my photograph, put both your hands towards the photograph, and you will get this realization. After so many years of my working, we had to cancel some people who were hypocritical, who were making money out of us, who were trying to create problems, and we had to ask them to go out. They were so dissatisfied with us, they didn't want to go out. So instead of correcting themselves, they tried to criticize us. But you understand that whatever is your righteousness, your greatness, your spirit, you can get it in Sahaja Yoga. And for that you should not be vindictive, but surrendering to get that great height of your evolution.
हम इसी स्थिति में कुछ देर ध्यान में बैठेंगे. We will meditate for a while. Jai Shri Mataji. For those who have joined us for the first time, hope that you've enjoyed the experience of self-realization and meditation with us. If you would like to know more about Sahaja Yoga meditation, feel free to share your contact details in the Google form shared under this YouTube channel. जो भी साधक आज हमारे साथ पहली बार जुड़े, उम्मीद है उनको आत्म साक्षात्कार और ध्यान का आनंद मिला हो। अगर आपको सहयोग ध्यान धारणा में और रुचि है तो आप अपने कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स को इस YouTube चैनल के नीचे दिए गए हुए गूगल फॉर्म में भर के दे सकते हैं। थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस। थैंक यू श्री माता जी। हम सभी श्री माता जी को नतमस्तक होकर प्रणाम करेंगे और सामूहिक बंधन लेंगे। We'll all bow down to Sri Mataji and take collective bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji.